Anybody wants some moles? Come get them. Yeah, another nice wet morning. I've only walked from right there to here. Can't see where I was, can you? Yeah. John G just messaged me. He's on the other side of that hill, next valley over. He says, not much dew here this morning. That's interesting because it's soaked here. Well, obviously this thing worked, right? Came in. I didn't come back up here yesterday after I got it going. See it, it was still going in, so didn't worry about it. Neighbors still got their lights on. It must be dark. Oh, wait a minute, it is. Ain't real bright out yet. So yeah, it held together obviously. Looks just as bad as it did yesterday. I'm good with that. Well, anyway, get this one moved, get it turned on, get the other one stretched back out, turned on, then figure out the day. Still need to cut this over here, and one way or another, I think the other field's going to go in bales today. If for no other reason, just to watch me cook, right? So anyway, get going on this. Gotta start right here. Almost caught her. The heifer was scratching an itch on the gun. I saw her and grabbed my phone quick, but yeah, the water beat me to it. Oh well. So they're kind of scattered out. Of course, Bam Bam's group, they're all up in the barn. They were up there this morning when I came out. Bunch of lazy asses, I guess. I don't know. I gotta love having them rodents. There's a bunch of them over here. You know, they'll come from there and some from over there. Mostly moles over here. I think I pretty well got the gophers out of here last year. Not a whole lot here, but it appears to be cutting good. Not like that patch of oats. I got it tipped all the way down. Only running 920 RPMs back there, so a little slower, so if that helps. And yeah, this is probably the worst of this field, so I'm not too worried about it. It looks pretty good in the rest of it. Not real sure why. Well, actually, I do know. I put the fence post in front of me years ago since we couldn't get it to dry when the neighbors was all timbered. Put a fence in there and we pastured that. And same as the strip where the travelers park, where the reels sit. We passed middle lane out of that to get to that so we could pasture it. And that's all I can figure. I mean, this has always been pastured too, but we took hay off first. And the other just got beat down and burned up. And, you know. So, anyway, this is what I'm doing. Right or wrong. Laying out flat like I did the oats. Suppose if I went the other way I could see how good it was really cutting, but I see stuff laying on the ground, not leaned over. And by laying it down like that, leaving it out flat, hopefully this is gonna freaking cure up in just a couple of days. And we'll get her in a bale and get in the barn. Sure would like to get rid of some trees along here, but they're not mine, darn it. Pine trees. Previous owner planted them to be a hay-hole, I think. And of course, you know, planted them right up to the property line. They've been falling down over the freaking fence for years. But anyway, yeah. Like I say, I hope it's cutting good. Can't see anything now. But if it don't cut so clean, it's not much to leave, and the cows will eat it. Because as soon as the hay's off, probably put both groups up here. Painstakingly slow, but for the most part, it's cut pretty clean. There's a few spots it's not. Right here, there's a little land funky. Spot over there. Of course, damn gophers in here cause part of that. You know, but it is doing it. Some of the taller stuff it's leaving. As far as the leafy stuff, it's getting, in the long run, probably about 99% of it. Maybe 95%, I don't know. Spot over here on the mainly first and second round with a lot of white clover in there. And, I mean, that stuff should be hard to cut. That cut perfectly clean. There's some dandelions over in the other corner, and stuff we always call fuzzy weed. You usually get it in clover when you're swathing clover before you combine it. That's just nasty because you just get full of fuzz, plugs up the radiator screens, plugs up the radiator. There's nothing you can do about it if it's in the clover other than look at it, deal with it. There's some of that, and it doesn't want to cut, but so everything else is really cutting pretty clean, so whatever's tall enough anyway. And over here, the ryegrass around these trees, excuse me, it's all dried up, so it doesn't want to cut, plus the moles are all around right here. Just makes for a frickin' mess. But it is what it is. And Christy Haven said he had trouble with the high lift shoes or high stubble shoes, whatever they want to call them. If I had a set of shorts to put on, I'd put them on and see if it made a difference in here. I'll probably end up getting 4 more short ones, so we've got them. If I could figure out how to make them adjustable on here, I would, but the way it's made, there's the only place those skids mount is on the back, the front's just there. So it's not like you got a pivot point on them, so you can adjust them. But, you know, some of this is, I've actually got a decent windrow. The spot there it didn't cut, but I know it's just laying on the front of the frickin' bar. I don't know if you can see them. Right there next to where the cutting edge arrow is, there's almost a constant flow of material falling down in front. Nothing to do about it. The other thought I had, is we cut some light shit when we had the John Deeres too. I never had a problem. But they were the flail conditioner. And the flail conditioner, you can feel the airflow. When you stand behind it, and you can feel the air. But the roll, you don't. Even the front curtain, with the flail conditioner, you fire that thing up on fairground, and you watch that curtain suck in. This thing, the curtain just hangs there, so it's all dependent on what the discs are doing, because they're not getting any help from the conditioner. Oh yeah, it's just another thing I don't like about this thing. It looks like Becky came up to visit. I wonder what she wants. Probably wants me to go help her with something. That's usual. But, what I got? 2, 4, 5. I'm almost done with my 6th round. I think 6 rounds in about 40 minutes. That's painful. Can you say oops?
Notice she's knee deep. It's gonna be fun.
He's videoing.
Well, at least you can see the rows. All I got left is a back swap on this piece. Didn't start that one. Hopefully it surprises me. I hope. And you see number one got the bike stuck. And she started in above that. And she wasn't going to go in there. But she started in and it sucked her on down, so pissed her off that her mother came to get me to help pull her out. But it wouldn't have been a good thing if it would have been just the two of them, because I can see a bike getting flipped over or something. Anyway, I started cutting this piece. Keep in mind this is 10 acres. I want to get everything. Here's why I'm backing up. Also don't hit anything. I started cutting it at about 5 or 10 minutes to 10. It's currently 12:15, and I got, I don't know, 20 minutes or half an hour out of that to go get her unstuck. So yeah, slow going, but. And it seems to be cutting a little worse as the warmer it gets. These things are a little floppier, shall we say. So anyway, I'm gonna get this done. That's gonna be the rest of my day right there, pretty much. So always fun. Well, there's some here. Some of this is kind of like the other field. Some of it there's nothing there. But it is what it is, and I knew this was going to have something. The other end is cutting a lot cleaner, but you can't see anything. We'll still make a few bales. We'll only put it in little bales. If you go big bales, I don't know that we'll get much, but little bales work out better for this stuff anyway. I was kind of hoping Tyler was about done with lunch because, 1 o'clock. But she's not. And Little Traveler's all the way in, so it needs to get moved. I just called her. She is just now getting something to eat, and she's going to bring me the bike. She'll run this for a little bit while I get that moved to the next setting. And find me some grub. Yeah, Vino's group hasn't gone very far. That mem's group's locked in just because it's easier. Gotta go through the middle of them to get here. And they haven't been wanting to go out until much later in the day anyway. And I was hoping that one was going to be in so I can get the last setting done in that field. But it's not. And of course with the frickin' rodent holes, there's water running in and it's in the back swath. It'll dry. Ain't gonna be much of it.